Hi, hello, I'm Priestess Autumn Phoenix, located here in New York City. I want you to follow me on my social media platforms at Instagram, Autumn_Phoenix1. Follow me on Twitter at Priestess Autumn. Follow me on YouTube at Autumn Phoenix. Follow me on Periscope at Autumn Phoenix. Follow me on Facebook at Magically Blessed. A couple of days ago, I talked to you guys about how to figure out what kind of witch you are. And tonight, I'm going to talk to you about how to use astrology to figure out what kind of witch you are. Now, like I said in the last broadcast, you do not have to put a title on your craft. Remember, witchcraft is a craft, is whatever you want it to be. And nobody else can tell you otherwise. Matter of fact, I was on my Twitter account and somebody had commented on my video about using blood in witchcraft. And a person basically said, oh, you should not be using blood in witchcraft because the Wicked Reed says harm none. First of all, not all witches are wicked. Not all Wiccans are witches. And second of all, it's my body. I can do whatever I want with my body. My body is my body. All of it. My body does not belong to anybody else but me. So if I want to use my own blood to enhance my spell work, I will. And there's nothing anybody can do to stop me. So that was another of many dumbass comments that I get on my post saying what a witch should and should not do in their own craft. No, if you want rules, go back to being a Christian, go back to being a Jew, go back to being a Muslim. In Wicca and in witchcraft, there are no rules. So I told that person, and my comment is still there on my Twitter page at Priestess Autumn. Basically what I just told you, don't tell me ever again in your life what hashtags I should use when it comes to my craft. My craft is mine. Your craft is not like my craft. And not all witches are wicked. Not all Wiccans are witches. And not all witches follow the Wicked Reed. I don't follow the entire reed. The reed is not a Bible. Okay? The Bible has nothing to do with witches. Matter of fact, it's very much against witches. The Wicked Reed is just a guideline. You can pick and choose what you want to follow in the Wicked Reed. I pick and choose what I want to follow. I do not follow the entire reed. I do believe that a witch has the right to hurt somebody if they are hurting them. Because I believe that you should stand up for yourself and not allow yourself to be bullied. You're not going to bully me. I'm the wrong bitch. Okay? I'm the wrong bitch to try to bully. It's not happening, player. It's not happening. It's not that kind of party. So that's why a whole lot of witches like myself get so fucking mad when another motherfucker tries to tell them what they should and should not do in their craft. You don't tell me what to do. I'm grown, boo-boo. Okay, I know I look like I'm 16 years old. I know that. I look mad young. I look good for my age. And I have a fat ass, too. Don't forget about that. But you don't tell another witch what they should and should not do in their craft. Don't cross that line. And you're lucky that I'm being nice about this, because if I was a little bit younger, if I was in my young 20s, I would have put your ass in a jar of vinegar. That just really, it pisses me off. That's a big pet peeve with me, telling me what I should and should not do in witchcraft. Don't do that. You know, somebody better come and have a talk with you about me before I hurt your feelings. Okay? Go talk that way to somebody who does not know any better. Go talk that shit to somebody who is new to the craft. I've been doing this for many, many years now. And I know that using my blood in witchcraft works. It works. And like I said earlier, my body belongs to me. I can do whatever I want with my body. It does not belong to anybody else. It's mine. Now, let's jump right into using astrology to find out what kind of witch you are. Astrology can be a difficult field to dive into. And there are so many books out there on the subject that it might be a little bit hard to know where to begin or how to understand in ways in which astrology applies to you. But for this particular broadcast, we are going to focus on the sun, moon, and your rising sign. These three, your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign, must be read together for the highest possibility for accuracy and depth of understanding. So if you're going to use astrology to determine what kind of witch you are, you have to have an extensive knowledge about astrology to really get an accurate reading on what kind of witch you might be. When people ask you what your sign is, everybody always say their sun sign. Like for me, I'm a Scorpio. My birthday is in November. My moon is in Libra. My rising sign is Sagittarius. So when most people ask you what your sign is they're asking you about your sun sign. This is the easiest sign to calculate and the one most people know. So you ask somebody what their moon sign is, they may not know. If you ask them what their rising sign is, they may not know. But when you ask them what their sign is, they automatically say, I'm a Cancer, I'm an Aries, I'm a Libra, I'm a Scorpio. But they don't usually mention what their moon and rising sign is. Your sun sign is literally the astrological sign through which the sun was passing when you were born. That is what your sun sign is. The year is divided into 12 sections. We have 12 months, one for the sun and each sign. This is because it takes 1 year for the sun to pass through all the signs. So you can see why it is so simple to calculate. The sun sign represents your basic personality. Your moon sign is the sign. Your moon sign is the sign through which the moon was passing when you were born at that time. It takes the moon 28 days to pass through all 12 signs, or one full lunar cycle. From new moon to full moon and then back to new moon again. The moon sign represents your emotional self. Now, if you're a Scorpio like me, you know that Scorpios are very much emotional. That's why I got so upset in the beginning of this broadcast, because I hate stupid people. And I'm not going to let somebody tell me what I can and can't do. That's laughable to me. That's stupid to me. And I will lash back out. Because I'm not going to let nobody tell me what to do or how to do it. It's just not going to happen. Okay, my confidence is way up there. My self-esteem is way up there. Shit. People would pay to have it. So that's why I got so emotional in the beginning of this broadcast, because I'm a Scorpio. Your moon sign represents how you handle, process, and express emotions, as well as any psychic abilities that you may have. This sign is fairly easy, a little bit easier than the rising sign to calculate. But if the moon moved from one sign to the next on the day you were born, you will need to know the exact time of your birth in order to accurately calculate your moon sign. So if you want to know that, you can go on Google and type it in. And if you don't know the time of your birth, you can just put 12 a.m. Your rising sign is the sign that was on the eastern horizon at the moment of your birth. The rising sign represents your outward self, the personality that you give off to other people, how you reflect to other people when they first meet you. Oftentimes, other people may guess that your rising sign is actually your sun sign, and they're wrong, because it represents the version of you they are most familiar with. It is so important, it is so very important to know the exact time of your birth in order to correctly calculate your rising sign. So when it comes to your rising sign, a lot of people may mistake that for your sun sign, because your rising sign is how you present yourself to people. So that's why you have to know, pull out your birth certificate or order your birth certificate and find out what time you were born. Like for me, I was born at 7:56 a.m. I know my exact time. Find out what it is if you want an accurate reading. To delve to really dig deeper into your personal astrology, you want to read, when you know how you read your horoscope, you want to read for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, and combine the elements into your own special branch of witchcraft. If your sun, moon, and rising are in the same sign, like if my moon was Scorpio, if my sun was Scorpio, if my rising was Scorpio, the insights for that is going to be incredible, and it's going to be very powerful. So I'm going to right now read off all 12 signs and what type of witch you might be according to your sign. If you're on Aries, and Aries is a fire sign, it is masculine, and it is ruled by the planet Mars. You may be drawn to hedge witchcraft. Hedge witchcraft is a practice that incorporates elements of cooking, herbalism, and astral projection. The seriousness of this witchcraft timbers your aggression, and the diverse activities keep you from getting bored. So Aries have a fiery tempo. They may get incredibly angry, incredibly fast. So the witchcraft for you might be hedge witchcraft. If you are a Taurus, that's an earth sign. It is feminine. It represents, it's ruled by the planet Venus. The type of witchcraft for you might be kitchen witchcraft. Kitchen witchcraft is very ideal for this particular sign. You like to be in your home or a sanctuary, and adding things into your spirituality will help you connect, will help you down this spiritual path, will help you a lot in your spell work. If you are a Gemini, Geminis are an air sign. They are masculine, and they are ruled by the planet Mercury. Arts magic might be for you if you're a Gemini. A practice that involves adding your creative talents into your witchcraft, such as journaling, painting with moon water, or composing music for ritual use. If you are Cancer, Cancer is a water sign. It is feminine, and it is ruled by the moon. So you may want to incorporate the lunar cycle into your practice in a very big way. You can hold rituals as the new moon, the waxing moon, quarter moon, full moon, and waning quarter moon, essentially once a week, and trust your intuition. Now tomorrow is a new moon. New moon represents new beginnings. So any project that you want to get started, you can start it tonight at the witching hour or tomorrow night. When the new moon, just like the full moon, you can do any type of spell that you want. If you are a Leo, Leo is a fire sign, it's masculine, and it is ruled by the sun. Urban witchcraft may be right for you. Now let me tell you something. There is this fairy tale image of witches living in overgrown cottages out in the forest, but modern day witches that live in apartment buildings, if you have a ledge in which you can grow herbs to use in your craft, then do that then. It doesn't matter if you live in this town or a big city like here in New York. You can still have a space just for when you do your craft. So you want to, embrace your modern day living. And like I said, grow herbs on the balcony or add technology to your practice. You don't have to follow what you think a witch should be. Remember, a witch can be anything. There are no rules. There are no rules. So don't stress yourself out. If you are a Virgo, Virgo is an earth sign. It's feminine, and it is also ruled by the planet Mercury. What may be good for you is green witchcraft. And herbalism is perfect for you. You want to keep a neat and tidy garden. Don't let the garden grow wild. Pull the weeds up. Keep it looking good. Okay, don't keep it looking like the Wild West. Or like there's a monster living in there somewhere, right? So keeping a good looking garden is good for you, and it also helps you find your herbs when you want to use them in your craft. And it opens up space so you can grow those same herbs, because you can't grow anything in a mess. So if you haven't worked on your garden in a minute, the days are getting longer now. It's getting warmer now. It was 52 degrees today in New York City. So this is a time to start going out and buying the stuff that you need. At least go and buy the stuff that you need to get your garden started. If you are Libra, Libras are an air sign. They are masculine, and they are ruled by the planet Venus. You may be interested in what is known as fairy witchcraft. There are witchcraft traditions just focus on the Fae as well as fairy faith of Scotland and Ireland, which incorporates Celtic myths or stories about fairies into spiritual practice. If you are a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios are a water sign. It represents feminine. It's a feminine sign. And it is ruled by the planet of Pluto and Mars too. Scorpio is ruled by two planets, Pluto and Mars. Scorpio is often associated with sex. So incorporate sex magic into your craft, either by yourself, by masturbation, or with your partner, or with a consenting adult, through what is known as tantric sex, I believe, yoni eggs, or even meditation. But also, Scorpios are very much intuitive, and they are not very often wrong in their in what happens. A lot of people think that witches are psychic and that Scorpios are psychic. But that's not always true, though. That is not always true. Like I said, not all witches are Wiccan, and not all Wiccans are witches. And if you've been following me for any number of years, you already know what I'm talking about. So please, don't ask me on my social media platforms what that means, because I'm really not going to go over it again. I'm not. I can't. If you are a Sagittarius, it is a fire sign. It is masculine. It is ruled by the planet Jupiter. Wild witchcraft may appeal to you, which incorporates elements of green witchcraft with a focus on herbalism, but has a broader, wilder scope than just having a garden. You may be interested in working with medicinal herbs and meditating in the forest. If you are a Capricorn, Capricorns are a earth sign. It is feminine, and it is ruled by the planet Saturn. You may want to take an intellectual approach to witchcraft. So you want to learn all that you can about different types of traditions and consider your moon sign a heavy influence on your path. If you are an Aquarius, we are now in the season of Aquarius. So if you are an Aquarius, you are an air sign. That sign is masculine, and it is ruled by the planet Uranus. You may be the type of witch that is into techno witchcraft. Techno witchcraft is about technology. That may be a great fit for you. Consider keeping your Book of Shadows in digital form. Keep it in the cloud. Keep it on a flash drive. Keep it on your iPad. Keep it on your laptop. Keep it on your tablet, and be able to conveniently carry it with you. You can download different type of apps that help you, stay organized. And you can download apps that can be used for divination and connect with other witches online. Now, let me tell you something. Your Book of Shadows does not have to be an actual book. It can just simply be on a flash drive. Especially if you live in a household where people don't want you doing witchcraft and might steal your book or destroy it. Keep it on a flash drive. Keep it on your phone. Just don't leave it out. Because if a witch loses their book of shadows, it is a devastating event. I've known witches to break down and cry, try to commit suicide, have been committed to the insane asylum because they have, lost their book. So your book of shadows is your most important tool on your altar. So keep up with it. Okay? If you are a Pisces, the last one, if you're a Pisces, Pisces are a water sign. It is feminine, and it is ruled by the planet Neptune. Sea magic may be for you. The ocean calls you. You always want to be on the beach. Whether or not you live near it, you actually live nearby to water, or even a river like the Hudson River, you may want to consider actually visiting those places every now and then to feel, spiritually built up and to recharge your spiritual batteries. You want to create altars. You might want to turn your altar into something that is dedicated to the sea by collecting sand, collecting seashells, collecting driftwood, anything you might find on the beach. And you might want to connect with the moon, because the moon does govern the tides. So those are some ways you can figure out what kind of witch that you are. Let me tell you again where you can find me on social media. You can find me on Instagram at autumn_fetus1. Find me on Twitter at Priestess Autumn. And follow me on YouTube at Autumn Phoenix. Follow me on Periscope at Autumn Phoenix. Follow me on Facebook at Magically Blessed. So I want to thank everybody for coming on here. And I will be speaking to you guys shortly. Bye, everybody.